In the Christian tradition, this Sunday marks the beginning of Holy Week. That week like no other in the year, as we make our way through the story of the last week of Jesus' life, one day, one event at a time. So that really then becomes our spiritual practice this week, attending to each of those days, each with its own event and tension and emotion. And while the story that we trace is of that particular week in Jesus' life, the themes of this story and this week are deeply human themes. We will, in the course of our lifetime, experience many of the dynamics and the tensions and the emotions that arise this week. So as we practice being present to the story, there's a way in which we are allowing it to lay down its tracks in us. So that when we find ourselves in some of those very moments in our own life, something of this story may resonate in our being, be strength for us. To enter the Garden of Gethsemane with Jesus in the course of this week and tune into something of that experience for him means that when we come to our own Gethsemanes, when it all seems for naught and maybe we were naive to have hoped for so much more, we can know that we are not alone there in that experience. We can open to his companionship with us. When it comes to that time where we put the tender body of a loved one in the ground, how do we move through that impossible experience? There is something about doing that with the Easter morning story humming through our being. There is something powerful about moving through this story, allowing this story to move through us this week. It's about remembering in a way that is not so much a kind of a hearkening back as it is allowing the Spirit of Jesus to meet us through this story this week and in times to come. So I encourage us to let go and to step into each day of this week, to lose ourselves in the story that we may be found by God's grace, opening somehow to love's encounter with us. Grace to you and peace, in the name of Jesus, who invites us into the world's wound deep enough to find light.